back once again doing another video game review, and this time I'm reviewing Sailor Moon, which was released on the Super Famicom and Sega Genesis in Japan, and it was also released in France for the Super Nintendo, and it was pretty much based off of the Magna series in the cartoon show Sailor Moon. It was popular in the 90s, from say 92 to 97. Then there's but it never was released for Super Nintendo in North America. And I'm just going to review the French Super Nintendo version. Now the plot is that Queen Burrell, which is an evil queen, decided to launch an invasion on Earth after she was defeated by Queen Serenity after a battle on the Moon Kingdom, where it was pretty much obliterated, and now it's up to the Sailor Scouts to stop the invasion. And pretty much it is a two-player beat 'em up, and it has two specific cliches that you're finding in beat 'em ups back during the 90s, during the life cycle of Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis, mainly where you have 3 to 5 characters to choose from, and each of them have like a special move, at least one special move. And in this case, you do pick from Sailor Moon, who has the Moon Tiara action, and Moon Healing, and with a Sailor Mercury, she has the Chevron and the Aqua Illusion. The Sailor Mars has the Soul Fire and the Charming Curse. Sailor Jupiter has Supreme Thunder and Windstorm, while Sailor Jupiter has the Crescent Beam and the Spin Attack. Now, all the characters, whether they be the Sailor Scouts or the enemies or bosses, all of them are from the Sailor Moon franchise, which would pretty much include the Magna series and the cartoon show. Mainly because that's the only 2 aspects of the franchise that I know about. And the game do have 5 stages, where it has the divided into section like 2 or 3 at the most per stage, where they pretty much end in a boss battle. Plus, this particular game has a particular twist to it toward the end. Before there's a particular boss battle that has kind of a twist to it before you get to fight the Queen Burrell, the evil Queen Burrell, I should say. But I'm not going to give it this twist away, mainly because not too many people are familiar with this particular game, so I won't spoil it for you. But it is kind of a twist, something you wouldn't necessarily find in the beat 'em up, you know. Now the graphics and level design are pretty good, you know. And I do like the graphics, mainly because the animation with the color palettes and sprites are pretty much the same as the Magna and cartoon series, which is pretty good in my opinion. Because sometimes when there's a game that's based off of a cartoon series or comic book, the graphics are not always good, you know. But it is based on what game you're talking about, though. You know what I'm saying? But the graphics and gameplay are pretty good, and level design is nicely drawn. You know what I'm saying? just like I said, the whole like graphic and level design looks just like it would in a Sailor Moon Magna series or the cartoon show. Now the gameplay, for the most part, it is pretty cliche as far as the kicks, punches, throws, special moves, and all that, but it is pretty good. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't set any new standards either, but that's not necessarily a complaint I have because some games, even though the gameplay doesn't set these new standards, it's still good, and that's the case with Sailor Moon. Now the soundtrack, it is good. Don't get me, but at the same time, for some reason, the soundtrack in some levels fit more RPG games than this particular game, which is beat 'em up. So, in my opinion, some of the music in the soundtrack should have been on a Sailor Moon RPG game instead of a Sailor Moon beat 'em up game. You know, and pretty much my only gripe with Sailor Moon is that the punches are like short range, so you have to get more close to the enemies to hit them than you would in any other game, like say um, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Four Turtles in Times, or Final Fight, or some other beat 'em up. But it's pretty much like if anybody else played it, it would be like nitpicking. I would agree to that to an extent, but this gripe is rather minor, you know. But from overall standpoint, Sailor Moon is a pretty decent beat 'em up game, nonetheless. And I would recommend it to gamers who are Sailor Moon fans or um, retro gamers and beat 'em up fans who are like have some interest, will be interested in playing this particular game. As far as the score, I would definitely give it an 8. Maybe one of the main reasons that the music, although it's good, could have been used on a RPG game, specifically it's like a Sailor Moon RPG game. You know, again, it's not. It's pretty much a minor gripe, but it's like it just doesn't fit, in my opinion, with this beat 'em up game. Now, with that being said, if you had an opportunity to play this game, even though it wasn't released in North America, you can give your opinion if you like the game or not. If you like this review, don't hesitate to click the thumbs up button. You can also share it on Facebook or Twitter or some other social media that you're able to share it on. And don't forget to subscribe. This is your boy Big Metro Fan 12 signing off.